Yo, what up? Oh, is that really loud? Maybe I should do something about that. Let me return. Let me turn once again. Sorry everybody. Well and truly glad to be back. Had a little bit of a break as per usual. And your boy is doing just fine. Fabulous indeed. Playing with the controller is recommended, you say? Well, fie on your recommendation. Fie indeed. Though it does make a certain amount of sense because hitting Q while also inputting directions in WASD is actually kind of hard. I'm going to be honest. Uh, Losing myself in the music for a moment. Just a moment. And then, I really thought I had everything, but there's one other thing that I just did not prepare yet. But, it'll only take a second. So where were we? Oh, well on our way, I suppose. Well on our way.
Oh, hey.
Was there anything I needed to do? No? Switch over to this. I still need that other diamond. Right. And what else is there? I could just switch to this gun right now just to get this diamond, presuming that I'm able to get the diamond on my first try. But like, come on, man. Like, what are you gonna choke? You gotta do it, right? I do like the idea of following the dark bonus, not only because it's I want to say optimal. Here I am. Hello. It's not only optimal, but it also is like it encourages me to continue to try different weapons. See what I'm saying? And not use the same one all the time. Because if it were up to me, I feel like this would be the bow gameplay experience.
Care to join me out there?
Because I really like bows, and this bow is quite sufficient to satisfy my gameplay experience. It's very, very similar to the Breaker's bow. Just the movement options in this game are much, much better. And obviously you're like smaller on the screen and stuff like that. Or at least I think you are. I feel like you're much smaller. Maybe that's not true. Maybe you're just more live. So the goal is a diamond. There's a few ways we can get a diamond. We want to get Demeter her nectar. That's the other thing that we're trying to accomplish today. And besides that, we're just trying to stack up the resources and see if we can do something about Dad. Being that he's, at this point, consistently an issue, is what I'll have to say on the matter. Oh, and there she is, just in time. Perfect. Well, let's start there. One mission accomplished.
Warmth and generosity, and I am very grateful for it. Please accept this as a small token of my appreciation.
An offering well suited for the season there, young Zachary.
Is it? It's winter still, right?
As
Always?
you are honorable and obedient, you'll have from me what the mortals have not.
Hmm.
I'm in your debt, great goddess Demeter.
A frostbitten horn. Okay.
I ought to warn you that my foster brother Zeus, he has just a disgusting sense of humor, little sprout. He'd have you think he sired half the countryside. I have to shudder at the very thought.
Yeah, I don't know that that's inaccurate. Your special is stronger and inflicts chill. Your dash shoots a gust ahead that inflicts chill. Both of these seem perfectly fine. There's a lot of dash bonuses that could be good, so we'll go with this one. Does it inflict chill both ways? Sure does. Is this strong enough to be satisfying? Yeah, that seems good. You know, I probably shouldn't be so hard on this. This seems fine. It seems just fine. Maybe it's because every other time I've used it, it hasn't. You know, we're big chillin'. Maybe it's just because the special that I'm used to, or every time I've experimented with the special damage-wise, it's been unupgraded. Maybe that's all the issue is. Because that's doing a good amount of damage. I mean, look, it does more. DPS might be a little lower, but it's pretty funny as well. And you definitely get points for being funny. I mean, look at this. Look. Imagine somebody just throwing a spear at you repeatedly to hurt you and calling it back. Like Thor's hammer. It's hilarious. It's great. I love it. Well, maybe not hilarious, but it is pretty funny.
Who else?
There we go. Oh, and also now that I'm looking at it, it's a backstab. You see that? I get a backstab bonus on the return trip. That is highly silly if they're facing me. That you know what? Today's gonna be the special run. We're gonna special some fools. That didn't actually help. Made me feel better though. All right, maybe. Okay, it's not gonna be special only, because the gameplay experience is hurting a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, struggling just a little bit. He's a really small target, you know what I'm saying? So we got a key. Gotta go with the key. Yeah, they kind of do look like Glover. I mean, Glover just looks like a hand or a glove, I suppose is perhaps most accurate, but you're not wrong. The hand guys. What mostly comes to mind is Exodia, but you wouldn't know about Exodia, would you? But yeah, you're not wrong. The thing that's most interesting to me right now, with regards to using the spear this way, is how important my own positioning is. I don't know, man. You're pretty old. You're pretty old. I don't know, man. What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, huh?
You're mine. What do you know? A hellfish.
All right. Is it just the one door? Blue eyes? All right. No, there's nothing wrong with Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is a good... I mean, it's not like... I wouldn't go so far as to say that it was like a good card at the time, necessarily. Well, maybe. It depends on which set. Like, the meta for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really a whole thing. But cards like in the original sets are pretty... Not like strong, necessarily, but pretty supported nowadays, if that makes sense. There's stuff for them. So I wouldn't say that it's basic, necessarily. In some ways, certainly, but... not so in others. Yo, I could not hit that guy through that wall. That was really unfortunate. This guy is like impossible. I have no idea how you're supposed to beat him. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, nothing wrong with the Blue Eyes. It's a nice beat stick. And nowadays it's got stuff. That's cool. There was even some stuff back then, I think. Lord of D. I don't know how old that card is though. Floodshot? Hydraulic Might? Sure. We'll just get the extra max health. But yeah. Do you want to start? I mostly used tons of dark holes because nobody knew the rules. Yeah. I wasn't super good on the rules, but the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime does a much better job of teaching you how to play the card game than like the Pokemon anime teaches you how to play the Pokemon card game. So I had at least an idea of how stuff was supposed to work. Whereas the Pokemon cards, like, I literally had no idea. I had no idea, no concept at all of how to play with them, like the way that you're supposed to. I did Or I never got the GBA game though, so that's the biggest reason. Like that game made TCG players back in the day.
Bye now.
Yeah. So I was going to bring up Reach, and Toast is he's still snoozing, but he might be getting back to me. And I was wondering, how much do you want to wait for him? Do you want to wait until tomorrow if necessary, or what? How are you feeling? Because initially it was an agreement with you, and he is basically like asking if he can come along, but at this point he's kind of holding us up. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing where you are. That's all. So you're down to wait? Is that what I'm supposed to interpret from that? Because it sounds like you're non-committal right now, which is an answer. Certainly is an answer. I'm not sure why that last one didn't hit, but that's fine.
Should be useful.
Fine, let's do it. Well, I'm gonna finish this run at the very least. But yeah, like I said, I don't feel strongly about it either way. I was just trying to get a read for where you are. That's all. Oh my. Yeah, I kind of walked straight into that. Yeah, I think throwing it is supposed to be better than it is, and I'm just like really, really bad at aiming it for some reason. Where are the bad guys? Oh, there you are. It's so funny that there's like an aggro system in this game. I really appreciate it. So you don't get sniped from across the entire room. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Nice little Daedalus hammer.
Thanatos.
Oh, Thanatos is here. What's up, dude?
Let's see who's better at this, Zagreus.
Oh, you already know, fam.
Scared I'll take more of them than you.
Oh, absolutely terrified.
So the trap explosion counted as my kill for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I certainly don't mind. Oh, you got one. You got one, Zan. Zan? Who is Zan? I'll let you have the one. The two. But the rest are mine. I probably don't have to do anything else, right? There's probably not that many in this wave. Man, I gotta clear out the trash mobs. Oh man, there are certainly enough in this wave. Never mind. I was very, very wrong. I'm glad I didn't just go to sleep for a second. But that being said, still definitely showed up.
That's settled then.
Let's start with the Daedalus hammer. Your special hits up to 7 foes, or your... Yeah, let's do this one.
My spear
Now it'll
was
do a bit of extra damage. Wait. Dan, why did you leave? Alright, well, fine. Be that way. I guess we'll do this. Get a little bit of extra darkness in our system. Did you see my empath skills to answer your question before you asked it, but I'm still not clear? I don't know if that counts as a skill. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Just doesn't seems like too easy to retcon that one, brother. I'm gonna be real with you.
Why? Help yourself.
and my keep.
All right. I'm really looking forward to getting this other diamond, though. So much so that I'm definitely willing to just buy it from Chiron's shop, just because I have no idea when I'm going to be allowed to use the gun for bonus stuff. Obviously, you don't have to do all that in the game. What? Wait, I feel like my spear came from the wrong place just now. That was weird. Also, it doesn't seem like it's stronger. Wait.
Gemstones.
Wait a second. We need to use this throw again because it seemed like it's doing some stuff that I would not expect it to do. I guess we'll get this darkness.
Here's the fee.
I'm gonna leave the other stuff there though. Trying to save my money.
Please
Oh.
be Meg. Guess I was wrong.
This is Tisiphone, probably?
Let me
Tisiphone?
guess. Murder?
Hmm.
Murderer, perhaps. But one of those two.
Very good, Zagreus. You probably shouldn't make fun of her like that, though. Especially since you don't know her that well. I'm gonna get the chill stacks going. Feel like it'll help. Have to be a little closer. Oh. I see. I've never really stood in front of her like that before, I guess. I should probably focus on trying to clear her instead of experimenting. Because I am actually dying. I took like 40 damage. I see. It seems like the biggest reason that I'm taking damage is because I'm standing still. Because I fought her plenty of times and almost never took this much damage. And I think the reason is just because usually I'm moving around all over the place. Had no idea. Seems like stacking up the chill didn't matter nearly as much as just keep continuing to move. Because just by virtue of moving, I'm going to be dodging most of her stuff, it seems like. Also, am I about to die to the first boss? That would be tragic. Not impossible for me to anticipate, just tragic. Oh, that she has like a little combo attack there, huh? That's nice. Oh, I see. I got hit by our little projectiles. That's okay. But yeah, no, we mostly made it through. In one piece. Wasn't the worst. We'll get a lot of healing back. They're all one-winged. All of the Furies are. There's 3 of them. Meg, Tisiphone, and Magira, Tisiphone, and Electo, I believe, are their names. Are there only the 3? There might be more than just the 3, but those are the only 3 I've encountered. Yeah. No, it's a different Meg. It's not the same Meg. Well, she could be named after her, to be honest. That could be a thing. I wouldn't be terribly surprised. Maybe do this one? Could do this. Because my attack is not empowered by a boon yet.
All set.
And it may indeed be soon. Or though it may be indeed soon. I think I should do both of these. Help with the health problem and also get a fish. Fish are very, very good.
So much for Tartarus.
That's permanent progress, baby. You get a fish and you've successfully accomplished something permanently. Goes on your permanent record. But like the good kind.
To Asphodel. Through all that, away to the surface.
I don't know why I always go here. Like, to the overlooks. It's just part of the experience, I guess. Alright, so it was like Kabuto before. So now I'm thinking a Finneon. A Finneon, yeah. A regular Finneon. Not gonna be greedy, no shiny. Where are you at though? There he is. Are the fish useful at all? Yeah, absolutely. I told you, permanent progress. That was not a joke. There was literally 0 bit in there. Permanent progress, brother. I don't super feel the need for Dionysus, so I think I would rather re-roll the options and get an extra boon of chaos as well. Oh yeah, true. I did fish here before. Why does that sound like a challenge? Back damage. Ooh, dollars. Now we're talking. But I can't earn any dollars for the next 3 rooms. That's okay. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And we get Nectar. Nectar is way better than
Spreaders.
Dionysus.
Not a chance.
Well, actually, Dionysus has a boon that would give me nectar and max health, so I guess I shouldn't say all that. He's actually probably my favorite set of boons, maybe? Maybe? Is that true? Nah, probably after Artemis is probably Demeter, and then Dionysus. But then again, Poseidon's pretty good too. Yeah, I probably like Poseidon a little better, just because of his passive ones, his bounty one and his fishing one. Both of those are good, really good. So we can go to Charon's shop, or we can go to the money. Obviously, the money is a trick. It's a prank, so we're not gonna go that way. Oh, but we can get Hermes instead. Okay, we'll do Hermes then. See what he's got for us. But yeah, the fish specifically trade for resources like nectar, stuff like that. Nectar, gems, darkness. They give you the good stuff. Wealth per chamber. A little bit of sustain. All of these are really good. The wealth per chamber thing is not going to matter very much because it's 35%, which means I'm going to get like 13 per chamber. So the synergy there probably doesn't matter. An extra 3 gold per chamber is probably like 90 or something by the end of the run. Not even that. Probably closer to 45. But dodge chance could be huge, and this could also be pretty helpful. Typically, you don't lose big chunks of damage, so 30% for health recovery versus 10% chance to avoid damage. Hard to say. I think this one's better.
That's good.
We got the full health now as well, so I'm a little less concerned about the health recovery just because I have full health. But, you know.
Here goes
Might get
nothing.
absolutely roasted for that one. Alright. Nice little gondola ride. Oh. Not a nice little gondola ride. Oh. Sucks to be that guy, I guess, specifically. I'm trying to get him back in the stun lock. Yeah, there we go. I was trying to backstab him with it, but it's fine. I got him. All you need to do is tag them when they're vulnerable, and it's all over basically. Nice stun lock, infinite loops. Whoa. I think I just dodged. I'm pretty sure I just dodged something. Because Zagreus said something for no reason. Like I didn't take damage or anything, and there wasn't any contextual thing. I'm pretty sure that was a dodge.
Our uncle's affable but quick to anger. Be on your guard with him is my advice.
Deflection. Trap resistance. Dash can deflect. This could be pretty significant. Yeah, we'll do this one.
Strength of the goddess.
What gods do I have? We have Poseidon, Demeter, and Athena. So we have one more slot. One more god can give us stuff. I'm not sure which god I should be keeping an eye out for specifically. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess anyone's fine. I don't really have like specific builds that I'm trying to attempt.
Got to fight.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. I was like really trying to see like what that shop had for me. What are you doing? Oh. That makes me sad. It's fine. Yeah, see? The spear, when I throw it, it hits that guy. But now, or not now, but when I threw it before, it would go from there to there and then come back to me. That's what I noticed before. It did seem like my spear came from like a really weird angle for no reason. And I'm pretty sure that the reason reduce damage from foes. I'm pretty sure that the reason is that perk that I got. I didn't read super well what it does, I guess. Because it doesn't just cause people to, or actually, it's right here, isn't it? Hits up to 7 foes and dealing 30% bonus for each. But the chain part of Chain Skewer, meaning it'll go from one foe to another to do bonus damage. Which is very, very interesting and much better than it sounded originally. We'll get Artemis. If he's here for us, why not? Could get that boss killer, since I don't have an aid. Call.
More wave makers.
Definitely better to have something rather than nothing. You're chilled and standing in the lava? That's unfortunate, brother. You're really going through it. Nice deflections. A little bit of bonus damage for you. A little bit of boneless damage. Oh, I kind of face checked the guy who was melee attacking me. It's really unfortunate. Did I get the guy that was way over yonder? Yeah, I guess so. Nice, nice. So we're finished with the Olympian gods. We're finished with literally everyone, I think, right? Yeah, that looks good. Looking good. Can't give it to myself, but that's okay. Huh. Just checking. Oh, so you have to have conversations with Thanatos and Megira, but you have to beat Alecto and Tisiphone. Interesting. I usually talk to everyone, I feel like, every time I come back, so this shouldn't be an issue. Patroclus, Orpheus, Sisyphus, Eurydice. I'm sorry, that was Achilles when I said Patroclus. And you have to vanquish Theseus and Asterius. I have 2 more Asterius than Theseus because he's a mini-boss sometimes. Having conversations with Cerberus. Interesting. Conversations with Dusa, conversations with Skelly. Alright. I forgot to check the hearts while I was doing this. Okay, yeah, we're good. And there's no one else here or there. Those are enemies. Yeah, okay. What all that means, is that all of this nectar, until Artemis is maxed out, is hers.
Zagreus, I don't know what to say except for thanks.
You're welcome. What can I say except...
Living on Olympus here, I'm
Alright.
surrounded by my family, but I always felt alone. I know that's not the same as your experience, but I'm just saying I relate to what you're going through.
She's trying. There's her aid. This is probably the most important thing. All of these are good, though. I think I should start with the aid.
The dead better hide.
I really like Artemis's feats. I feel like, or her boons. I feel like if she was the only god in this game, I would still have a great time in this game. Definitely not better, but I definitely do. I'm definitely always a fan of whatever I get from her. Well, not always. Her special thing doesn't matter to me, and her cast doesn't matter to me. Literally at all.
Olympus, I accept this message.
We gotta get this. It's fate. Foes drop Bloodstone faster, huh? Barely even use it. Probably should use it more.
You touch me, and I shall have your head.
Wow, what a read. Oh, I should have deflected that. But instead I dodged it like a fool. Feel like I'm doing big damage. Feel like I really showed up. We're gonna wait for, whoa, definitely not gonna let those guys spawn. I'll let the other guys spawn. I saw them, but, oh, not that one though. But yeah, wait for our, call, eliminate, or skip the last phase of the boss fight. Typical boss mechanic stuff, you know how it is. Should I be using my special? Probably not, probably fine. I don't know if I need to chill the Bone Hydra. I'm not really in any danger right now, right? Just keep doing this. I think I'm actually doing less damage by dashing back and forth like that. Because I think that the dash does less than just the regular attack. I think. So I probably shouldn't keep doing that. Just wanted to get those egg friends out of there. I don't know why the Hydra's extra heads do that, where they just like randomly go to one side or whatever. I don't know what's up with that. Unless it's just like a thing that they do to like avoid taking damage or something. Like it's very weird. Seems to me that it never really helps them. Well, I mean it helps in that I have to like chase them down a little bit. But only a little bit. Oh, I didn't dodge that very well. It's okay. We're almost there. Bam. And now, the boss fight is over. You ready? Just like that. And that's why we take Artemis's aid. That's content, brother. Oh, and dollars? What? For me? Did I pick up the gems and darkness from Tisiphone? Why do I feel like I didn't get them? That's crazy. Can you walk past them without picking them up? Is that even a thing in this game? I don't think it is. I must have done it just like instantly and just didn't think about it.
Which to choose?
I can keep this for now. It's very likely that I'm going to get something that's going to augment my attack. But until I do, this will still be the most helpful thing. What's your strength? I don't need health. Yeah, we'll keep it rocking. I feel like my dollars are really lacking at the moment.
Onward then.
Kind of sad about it, honestly. We have all of Elysium to go through though, so hopefully by the end of it we'll have somewhere near. Wow, I really wanted to have like 1,000.
Dead must have it pretty good up here.
Usually I end up at sticks with about 1,000 or somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200. And right now I only have 400 coming into Elysium, and this is the last place before sticks. So I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about the budget. Your boy's really not balling. Nice. That worked extremely well. It does. What? You're supposed to be stun locked. You can't attack me. Not while I'm attacking you.
It's a lot of coin.
It's not super efficient. And it's kind of hard to... I also missed just now. It definitely works. I'm not in love with it. I feel like it's missing something. Maybe it's just not supposed to be a primary attack move, but feels like something's missing. We're gonna go get these extra dollars since I'm clearly, truly lacking at the moment. Doing a little bit of extra damage with my dash. Wait, is it extra damage? Maybe not. Maybe it's more efficient to just just do regular damage. Like, just the standard attack. Seems a little stronger. Does not help that I keep getting absolutely stabbed, though. Just because I can't line them up. So sad. Oh, that was the last one, huh?
What I found.
Alright then. Oh, what's your story? Darkness? That's fine. I was hoping it was going to be more money, but darkness is okay. This is the third darkness chest. Darkness trove in this run. That's kind of crazy. Ow. Nice dodging. Did it. Nailed it. First try. You can always tell when, or that okay, so I'm doing the bonus damage every time for every target that gets. Ooh,
First.
there was a nectar in there. Why was there a nectar in there? But anyways, you can tell when my spear gets thrown at somebody and hits one of the smaller guys first, as opposed to later, because when it hits after the second, it seems like it always kills. So the damage ramp does absolutely matter. Oh, I should be deflecting that. Yeah. How do you guys like it? Wow, did they die? Oh my goodness. They didn't like that at all. They hated that. I did not expect that to kill them. Yeah, no, it truly did. It's over for them. That was it. They were done. So sad. That little 3 damage butterfly. Just keep doing this. Yeah. Can I just hold this? Oh, yeah, right. So absolutely not. Your special does 400% damage to armor. Now we're talking.
Tuned up.
Is that... Oh, no. That's just 2 things on my special so far. 2 hammers for my special. We'll ignore Athena. Go to Patroclus. See what's up with him. Patroclus just absolutely brooding. What's up, dude?
What is it this time, stranger? You're quite effective at locating me, but not so good at leaving me in peace.
Just on one of my little jaunts through paradise is
Don't
also
sound very peaceful to me,
making my
brother.
way toward my destination.
You think this place a paradise?
At
least down in the depths, there are so many other souls with whom to share one's misery. No offense. I know that you're just passing through.
So your complaint is that you're the only sad person here, Patroclus? Really? Really? All right, man. Sure. Yeah. No one here is as sad as I am, and I'm like,
Thanks.
yep. Sure, it sure is, brother. It sure is. Oh my gosh, this thing again. It's always this thing. I don't know why I ever expect it to be different. Can I do this? Not really. Yeah, not really. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna focus this guy down. I was experimenting with the idea of like trying to take care of the ads while also doing damage to the boss, but it's just simply impossible. There's just too many. And it also takes too long for my spear to come back to me because of all of the enemies here. Okay. Didn't seem like a ton of them though, so I guess bouncing the spear actually did help tremendously for clearing some of the bonus ads. I have no idea what happened I thought there were 2 guys north of me, and neither of them are there right now. It's just this guy. Oh, speaking of, yeah. Hold that, stupid.
Catch this soul, thanks.
Alright.
In the name of Hades.
This is pretty good, but this is even better. A little bit of crit chance. Dollars. Health is also good, but dollars is very, very good. 200 is an okay amount of health. Oh, you guys. What are you guys doing over there? Just lining up in a row for me? That's so nice of you. You didn't have to do all that. Why does the spear keep bouncing behind me? Do you see that? What does it think is behind me? Like, where's the secret? More money, less problems? Yeah, that's what they say. Famously. Especially rappers. Oh. Wow, that did surprisingly little damage. I don't really like using really any call, but especially not Artemis's call without full charge. Look at this. It takes so long to get back to me though. It's very silly, but I kind of like it. It's very silly, but I kind of like it. And look, I almost killed that guy and I didn't even know he was there. You almost killed me. I don't even know who you are. All right. Well, that absolutely worked. Oh no. Do you see what I mean though? Like, my spear will just like peace out for a little while. It's like, sorry, later, man. My people need me. You gotta understand.
Worthless.
What did I call worthless just now? God, it's really disorienting for my spear to just like pop off and go in random directions. But yeah, look at how much money I have. You see what I mean? I mean, obviously I've been going through the money doors, so like it shouldn't be like terribly surprising that I have dollars, but like it just seems like a lot of dollars. Oh well, yeah, everybody gets stun locked. Not everybody, but like everybody gets stun locked in this game. Unless you're a boss, if you take damage without having armor, it's over for you. It's literally rip. You get hit one time and it's just a sad story from that point forward. I went to Athena just because I didn't want to get buy anything from Charon. You could just walk past him, but I figured this would be better.
Accept this message.
This is pretty good. A little bit of a passive. Damages foes in a small area and can deflect. What does this look like? Oh, it's kind of a slow. I don't really like it. It's interesting though.
Mysterious.
Could be
Other
good.
guy.
Mysterious.
Well,
Other guy.
you
True.
stained my honor last we battled here. But as you plainly see, I have returned, as has Asterius.
Zagreus gets it. I have a lot of respect for Asterius. I have much less respect for Theseus.
Champion of Elysium now that I've beaten you.
Yeah,
There's
true.
Someone else around to challenge me, say Heracles, someone less chatty.
Yeah, true. Where is Heracles?
Very clever, fiend. Invoking Heracles' name in an attempt to drive me to a jealous rage.
Is that
It shall not work.
Is that what
But
we
you
were
shall
doing?
dearly pay nevertheless.
Well, I'm glad you figured that out because I wasn't there yet. Oh, I definitely stood in all of the bads just now. It's alright. It was a ploy. It was a ploy to get extra, oh, nice dodge. Nice. It was a ploy to get extra meter for Artemis, you see? Because now I'm most of the way to getting my greater call. You see, I'm like almost halfway there now, which is not most of the way, but it could have been most of the way. I definitely deflected his attack just then. You see that? Nice deflected came up. Definitely not my intention, but we definitely take those. Please do not. Oh, I deflected Theseus' spear back at him. Get absolutely wrecked. Nice throw, idiot. You threw your spear at yourself. Get a load of this guy. All right, what do you have for me? Same old, same old. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Can't even hit me, bro. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, no, Theseus, you can't hit me. I'm standing behind the same trophy. Also, why are there decorative trophies in this arena? What a weird thing to decorate the walls with. Let's get, yeah, let's just do the bonus damage. Black. Then finish off Asterius. Just like that. And the rest is easy mode, basically. There's probably better ways. I should look up what like the speedrun does. Because there's probably better ways, like all kinds of opportunities I'm missing to hit him. Because I really don't super know how to fight him. I just know a way to consistently beat him. Oh. Sometimes you take damage though, I guess. It seems like going past him is part of the answer. Interesting. Didn't really work that time. I mean, I can just dash through. Whoops. I can just dash straight up through the attack. As long as you're not attacking when you dash, you are invulnerable. Oh no. That was really bad. I was trying to do those attacks, but instead I just stood there like a fool in his damage. Yeah, that was not very good. Alright. Oh no! I'm so close to dying, but I'm also so close to being done with this fight. Woo! Okay, just stay still for a second. Is she gonna... Woo! Woo! She definitely went through his shield, which is awesome. Very good, very helpful. And now I just need to wrap this one up. We just gotta close it out. We just gotta close it out. Woo! I'm very sad about that. It's fine. It's fine. I almost made it through. Yeah. 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 I almost made it through. Literally one hit. I took damage one time. So sad. It's fine. I mean, obviously, I took damage more than just that once in that fight, but that was certainly more than possible. I just absolutely choked it up. All right, we're going to go over to the Lucky Tooth, get an extra Defiance, Death Defiance. I don't really need the extra health. We'll keep an eye out for a Death Defiance restore as we go through Styx.
Cut through Elysium.
And we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. First, though, see if we can get this diamond. See if Charon has that for us.
I'm sure the satyrs are back.
Yeah, he sure does.
Always a
All
pleasure,
right.
Charon.
I could trade out some of those. That's probably what I'll spend this money on.
What's it going to be?
Extended jab and quick spin. Your attack has more range and deals 40% damage to distant foes. And yeah, this thing isn't that good, but you can tell my spear is actually quite long now. So that's good at least. Get the bonus health.
Why not?
How you doing, Charon? Chilling? Yeah, he's chilling. That's just what he sounds like.
Satyr tunnels.
I think we start with the health, and then we'll go to Demeter. I need to upgrade. You see how this is empty? This boon here? That's my regular attacking boon. So by the time I leave here, whether from this Demeter, this Artemis, or from this Demeter, I need to get my attack, my regular attack augmented. Hopefully by this, but this would also be acceptable. With that in mind, maybe I should do this first. Just because that, my base attack improving will dramatically help the clear, just in general. Focusing down the guy who can poison me. Ignoring the guys who just cause bads because I can just avoid them, as you can see. I can just avoid them, as you can see. Somehow didn't take damage. I mean, intentionally did not take damage. Was not surprised that I didn't take damage. Because I did it on purpose. As you do. You know, when you play video games, you try not to take damage. You succeed at not taking damage. I don't try. There is do or do not. There is no try. Only Sisteel and absolutes. Anyways. So yeah. So we found out before that all of the rooms that lead up to the final room in Styx basically just don't count as rooms, except for the purposes of restoring your health. Like that. +2. Very good. Which is fine with me. Fine with me. That's also why they're such tiny encounters. This is the last room. Oh no. I got a nice dodge there. I really do not like the satyrs that have armor. I don't like them. No! Stop it. Don't. No. No, don't, and stop. In that order. No punctuation. Or, wait. Maybe I did want the punctuation. I want him to stop. I think that's clear. Alright. This is probably the last guy, right? Sure is not. I just realized that these guys spawn differently, and I definitely should have gone to the other poison because I knew where it was. Or the other poison cleanse thing, but it's fine. I made it to here. Alright. Just gotta keep doing damage. Yeah, and now I got the backstab. Get a little bit of distance so that I can hurt him a little bit better. There we go. A little bit of bonus damage. Alright, so we got to Demeter, and she has an attack steroid for me, just like that. Normally I would do this, but I really do truly need this. We're going to be fighting the last boss very soon, and I cannot be messing around. I cannot be messing around with a regular, just like a basic attack. I truly need it in this very moment. We can always get this, and maybe get it. Well, we can get that fated choice literally any run other than this one. At this particular moment, it just simply doesn't matter as much. And also, the chill is quite good. Look, full stacks on chill. Look at how slow he moves. I don't actually know if he moves slower. I don't know how exactly chill affects enemies, but I know it helps. I can qualitatively feel the difference. I would circle around behind him, but I don't want to stand in the poison. Does it tell me what chill does? Victim is slowed by 4%. So yeah, they're literally slower. In fact, 40% slower, which is, it should be certainly enough to see. You should be able to see that easily. They're basically half as fast. There we go. I do need to keep an eye out for that purple fountain, though. Because that purple fountain... No! Because that purple fountain... No! Stop it! That purple fountain very well could restore my Death's Defiance. which would be exactly what I need to actually beat the boss. Literally right now. Literally this very run. For the first time in this playthrough. I beat him before in the last time I played, but it's been 3 years or whatever. You saw my save file earlier. You know when I last played. Nice! The rank up on the Lucky Tooth. You know what that means? It has nothing to do with that. That means I get 100 health when I die. The last time, instead of only getting 75. It's not a huge difference. But it could matter. It absolutely could matter. Oh, that satyr couldn't see me that whole time. I thought he was just like running in circles or something, but he just didn't know I was there at all. Just gonna keep doing damage. I don't want to get hit by the poison or by the bombs. Oh, you know what? I have a ranged attack. There we go. There was a trap there. Didn't even see it. Literally didn't even notice it. Had no idea it was there. Alright. Now these guys. This is not the best. Nice trap damage. Nice Artemis. Trying to get the satyr unlocked. Trying not to get poisoned by that dart. Just gonna finish this guy real quick. Saw that crit for 126. Oh no. Got it. Yeah, there. Now we're talking. Seems like the damage is about the same after a certain point. Can I see? No, not really. Okay. So yeah, we're done here. Got the extra max life. Didn't find the satyr food. Oh hey! Was this here this whole time? I don't think it was. Well, alright then. What do you got for me, brother? Oh wait, I'm supposed to guess. An octillery this time. A gup? That's not an octillery. We don't have enough for that. Oh yeah, you know another thing? I need to fight the stronger bosses. These two could potentially have the boss that I'm missing. Can I check? Yeah. There's an undiscovered foe that is after the giant vermin crawler. So this is the tiny rat. This is the bigger rat. And then there's a bother, a snakestone, and a satyr cultist. So I'm missing one enemy type from Styx, and I do not know what it is. And it's almost certainly going to be in a high difficulty room because I've been through a lot of regular difficulty rooms. It could just be rare. That happens. Like that knife throwing guy that I fought in Lazarus. No, Tartarus. He's also a relatively rare mob. I don't know like how rare is rare, but I certainly have fought him far less than everything else. You know what? It could be that they're not rare and that there's like criteria, like you have to do stuff. That would not surprise me terribly. But I don't know what that stuff would be, so I'm going to presume that it is not that. I'm just going to guess it's RNG for now. Could certainly use some health as well. Oh my, that is the opposite of health. Actually, let me, yeah, that's a little better. Actually, can I just, couldn't make it so that I was doing backstat damage on this guy for some reason, but that's all right. We'll just keep it moving. There's that purple stuff, that purple drink. I kind of want to be able to hit both of the rats, but there's a lot of poison there. That is a lot of poison that I am not trying to deal with. All right, now we got him. Yeah, I'm chilling. That was a whole sea of poison. Felt like I was playing a Divinity for a second. Oh, I bet the poison mechanic returns in Baldur's Gate, doesn't it? There it is. Replenish Death Defiance. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're gonna save the rest of our money. Either for health, $5. I bet you'll know what I'll say. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be playing PlateUp today, just because I've got stuff. At the end of this run, we're gonna be playing Halo Reach with Savage. Oh my. Is this an even bigger rat? Is this rat bigger than the bigger rats? Be honest. Be honest. Is this rat like big? Is this a New York rat or like a regular rat? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this rat a foster father who knows kung fu, or just like a regular rat? Oh, I did not know. Oh, there's poison. This guy needs to stop. I think that this is the rare mob that I'm looking. Stop getting poisoned. Am I gonna lose my Death Defiance right here? That would be very sad. No! Don't stand in the bats. Why are there so many of these guys? Get out of here. Stop it. You guys are just regular enemies. You're just making it harder for me to kite this big rat. Look at how big he is. He's the biggest boy. Stop spawning. All right, we're gonna do this. Yeah. Now look at you. Scattered in the dust. Prophecy fulfilled. That was the last guy. That was an even bigger rat. Copy that. Also, that rat is nowhere near New York rats. New York rats are much bigger. Gigantic vermin. I don't know why it still says undiscovered, but Sigma rat. Oh no, there was a thing. Did you see? There was a little gold guy right next to where I was. I didn't know that. I didn't see. I'm 2 gold short. Charon. Bro. You know I'm good for 2 gold, bro. Come on, mate. Bruh. When you have enough money to afford something, but not the tax. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Come on, mate.
Satan markings.
I'm scared of this one, so I guess we'll go this way. Regular rats. Regular rats and New York style rats. No. Delta was saying that the gigantic vermin is much bigger, or much smaller than New York rats, which I have trouble believing. That's like that rat was the size of a dire wolf, man. Like, that was a very large rat. Zagreus is a full-grown man, brother. Like, I actually don't know how old he is, but I presume that he's an adult. He's adult coded. This is terrible. I hate it here. There we go. Just wanted to get through that room, but there were saw blades and snake stones. Is snake stone a pun? I don't get why they call them snake stones. I don't know if that's like, if that is anything, or if it's just a name they chose to call it. Do you think? Did I take damage there? I don't know. But do you think when people are like concepting creatures, like monsters that you fight, that they make the monster and then name it, or they make the name and then they make it? You know what I mean? It probably goes both ways. You don't think snake stone is a thing? Oh, that was almost quite bad. I think this is the last room. I think I can just stay here. Yeah. I might have taken 3 damage. I may have indeed taken 3 damage from that blade. I thought for sure that I was safe, but I was not. Man, these guys are going crazy. Whoa. Almost took some damage there because I stopped cleaving the one guy. All right. Now, you. Get out of here. This is probably the best. Make that call a little stronger. So it was the very last one this time. Man. Well, we have Demeter's other boon.
Pleasure doing business.
Is this the boon? Ooh, restore 132 health now? Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. All right. The very last door, huh? This is the first time it's been the last door, I think, for me. Maybe of all time, even. There's no. I was thinking, what are the chances? But you can actually do the chances. It's the probability of none of the doors have happened. So it's like 1 minus 1/5.
No thanks.
Times 1/5 to the 5th. Is that it? Something like that. No, that's the probability of none of them. So it would be 1/5 to the 4th, I think. Something like that. I used to know. I failed that class. Not a joke. Also, that snake stone ruined the statue. Or maybe I ruined the statue, but regardless, what a rude guy. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I took damage. You rude. Oh, hey.
Really found it.
That wasn't so bad.
In the name of Hades.
What do we have? Both of these are pretty good. This is probably the one I want the most. After you deal critical damage to a foe near it is marked. My auto attacks don't really do crits. Actually, does anything do crits? Yes, everything has a chance to be critical. If foe near it is marked. So I'm basically going to be fighting a mostly one-on-one boss fight. Mostly. There's a few things that I could get crits on. So I'm thinking this is probably for the best. Critical damage versus armor. I don't think I'm going to be fighting anything with armor. Well, there's a few enemies with armor coming up. But I don't think it's going to matter. Look at how many things I have, by the way. Look at all that.
A satyr sack for my boy Cerberus.
Yeah, my boy. My precious boy. Oh, we can get this too. Sick. You good, Garon? 28 damage. 1.9% damage resistance. It's probably not going to matter. This, though. An extra 28 damage. That's 28 times 10. That's 280. This could definitely matter. We'll do that.
Sharpen my senses.
He doesn't want to talk. Oh, I didn't give Artemis all of my nectar. Whoops. That sounded. Never mind. Cerberus.
Joyfully, the Hound of Hell accepts another satyr sack.
Very good. Cerberus vanquished.
See you, boy.
Again.
Here goes.
All right, here's the final boss. This is the most I've ever been prepared. No, the dog's gone now. He was back, but now he's gone.
All right, this is it.
Yeah, man, this is my chance. I have as many opportunities as I've ever had. This is the most prepared I've ever been.
It grew distinctly colder just as you arrived.
Mm-hmm.
So Demeter has been in contact with you then. That witch. Tell me how much she knows.
She knows about what?
What? I don't. Wait, this everlasting winter, it's her doing, isn't it? Why? Don't mortals die when it's cold? Sounds like a lot of extra work for you.
Yeah.
Then you are ignorant. Keep it that way with her. Lest you risk everything you
Everything?
understand. The consequences would be far worse than a foul stretch of weather.
Hades.
But enough talk now.
Hades, question. If I'm not supposed to inform her about something, shouldn't I be abreast of the situation to try to help? No? Well, actually, I'm not able to communicate with the other gods at all, except for Hermes or in Chaos. So I guess it makes sense for him to not tell me, because not only can I not speak to them, I also don't know. So it's not like I can out the secret, whatever the secret is. But if I do know what the secret is and I just don't know that it's a secret, that is a whole separate problem. You know what I mean? Like, what if I do know and he just didn't tell me what it was that I wasn't supposed to say? I imagine that isn't what it is. I actually have no idea what he's talking about, by the way. I have literally no idea what the secret is. I know that Demeter caused the winter, but I have no idea. Oh my, 74 damage. But I have no idea what the actual, what the premise is. I know that there's some, like, relatively large-scale mystery regarding it, but I just don't know what it actually is. Oh man, big damage again. I think he crit me. And I just got hit by that for no reason. Trying to pierce, do a little bit of double damage. I feel like I get hit by those way too much. Oh man, I got killed by that? Seriously? All right, we're just gonna do this deathified here.
Artemis, this hunter's well out of your league.
I feel like I didn't do enough damage really there. I feel like I mostly wasted that call, because it seemed like his health got capped pretty early on, and some of the arrows had to seek a different target. Definitely not doing the best, but that's okay. We're clearing some of the ads. Man, it's such a big arc. Definitely clear this guy while I happen to have the time. Okay. Man, so much damage. Yeah, I'm not feeling so confident anymore. I'm gonna be honest. But oh my goodness. So sad. I'm just not there. It's my first run of the day, you know? I'm just out of practice, I guess. Oh my goodness, all of Artemis's things hit the skull first. I mean, she hit the damage threshold anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. She did all she needed to do, to be honest. It just makes me sad to see that. It's not like she could have done more damage. She got him to the damage threshold. That is the max that she could have possibly done. But still makes me sad. Oh. Man, I feel like everything's doing so much damage. Yeah, and now I'm down to my last life. Well, not my last life, my last extra life. But man. Well, we can do this at least. Oh, I missed that entire thing because he said darkness as soon as I finished using my ability, he said darkness. So sad. I probably could have timed that better if I had just been pacing out the attack. I don't think it's entirely random. I don't know that though, to be honest. For all I know, there was nothing I could have done, and that's just what it is what it is. I was trying to clear that skull. Didn't see the timer was at 1. Well, we definitely did not beat him. But we did get to the halfway point. So that's something. Oh no, it doesn't. This is the halfway point of the fight. This is a Dark Souls boss, brother. Like, this is not this is not over. He's good. He's back. The rest of the fight isn't necessarily that different though. Why is that not breaking? Whoa. I think I just have to dodge that. Okay. I don't think I can do anything. Oh, I can. Sick. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, just that. Almost have that greater call again.
Picked up their scent.
Yeah. I don't think so, but it was a decent showing. I think if I was more in practice, I probably would have done much better, but that was a pretty sad story, all things considered. But it's all right.
Got me again, damn it.
The most important thing, again, we went out there with 2 goals in mind. We wanted to get Demeter her nectar, and we wanted to get that diamond. And you know what I have? 1 less nectar and an extra diamond. We did it. Mission accomplished.
All this time, except I could have sworn I saw you walk right out of the pool back
Yeah.
there. I'll have to have this thing looked at.
I've done much better. I've done much better before as well. In fact, like the first time I think that I got to the second phase, I think I had like 30 health left, and I fought him all the way down to like 50% or whatever. And the next time I fought him, I had way more resources, and I got him all the way down to like 20%, and I got clipped by his attack and died. And at the time that I got clipped, you got fish, so not a loss yet. Oh no, I got this diamond, I got a ton of darkness, I got a few gems, and I got those fish as well. I got all kinds of good stuff. It's a roguelite, right? So there's all kinds of stuff you can do to progress, even if you don't win. But like I was saying, I got clipped one time when the boss was at like 20% health, and I think he only has 2 phases. I don't remember for sure, but I think he only has 2 phases, and he only had 20% left. And I had my greater call for Artemis, so all I needed to do was dodge that last attack and press F, and if I did that, I would have won the fight instantly. But instead I got hit, and so I got murdered.
Here you go, boy. Triple order, just the way you like it.
Nice. Thank you, Dusa.
I mean, old father's nice to you at least, isn't he, boy?
All right, let's see. Is Achilles over here?
You're back.
Yeah, man.
You're getting somewhere with that codex, lad. I'm pleased to see it. My duties to the house have meant that lately I can't travel quite as much as once I did.
Duties to the house, huh?
I'll try to travel for the both of us, Achilles. I've seen so little other than these walls.
I mean, at this point, I've literally seen the surface. I just, keep tripping at the finish line, basically. What's up with you guys?
What are those shades muttering
Why do people
about?
keep asking if the horse was okay? Cause of death stampeding. Brutal. Brutal.
Be on your way, Zagreus. I have an audience with Lord Hades in a moment. An inquiry into my recent absences.
Uh-oh.
What are you worried about, Van? You've never given him a reason not to trust you.
Recently, I'm not so sure. Whatever you're doing, it had better be worth it.
Wow. Thank you, Thanatos. He's moody, but he is a friend.
Oh, hello.
What's up, Orpheus?
I'm cheering for you all the way, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye, mate.
So, this is what the diamonds were for.
Approved. Wouldn't mind an extra helping of gemstones while I'm ransacking out there.
Yep. That'll be absolutely huge. I think I'm going to save for these. There's all kinds of stuff to buy, though. But that's what the gems are for, just slowly accruing other upgrades. These diamonds are just not going to happen anytime soon. Let's see, what is the best thing that I could get? What does a Fated Choice do again? Fated Authority? A chance to randomly alter the reward? Interesting. None of those seem that important, I'm going to be honest. They're all good to get, obviously. It's just extra stuff. But none of them seem like super important to me. So yeah, let's see. We got to turn in the fish. We got to talk to Mom.
Your father is not here and you are back. Then it can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
Are you all right, my child?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so, Nix. Returning here by Father's hand does put a special sting into it, though.
Yeah, it sure do.
So, any invaluable tips on how to vanquish him? Some hidden weaknesses only you know about? Something like that?
Yeah, you think so?
You know his weaknesses better than anyone. Better even than he. It pains me to know that the conflict between you could not be settled in some other way. But if this is how it has to be, destroy him for me. Next you fight up there. However long it takes. Would you do that?
I'll try.
I would. I will.
I'll try. I'm not so confident. If I'm using a bow and I don't get any kind of gimmicky stuff though, man, you missed it. The bow run that I did last, I had explosive arrows that charged really slowly, but they did damage in an AoE. Not only was it very, very funny, I also was doing like 1,000 damage every arrow or whatever. It was like minimum like 600 or 700, and it could be, well, maybe not 600 or 700 because I think crits are 200%. So minimum somewhere around 400, but I would be critting up to like 1,000 something.
Here, you can have these, Chef.
All right, what do we have? Nice.
Use them
Few
wisely,
gems, few
my friend.
keys. That was Titan's Blood, wasn't it? For 15 keys. I can get 10 keys. That's probably worth it.
I'll buy that. Here's the gemstones then.
An extra Titan's Blood. I don't super need the Titan's Blood, but it's kind of a limited resource. Oh, we got some fated
Who
choices.
am I to question fate?
Did I just unlock a new one? Is that all it was? Oh no, wanton ransacking is a thing that I did. Yeah, see? The dire gigantic vermin. That was the thing. And I got 3 more Titan's Blood. Well, it makes me feel a little foolish for spending all my gems on that, but, you know, whatever. So I can use this darkness. Oh, you know what? This high confidence is also quite good. Deal bonus damage when your life total is at 80% or above, 5% per rank. This is definitely worth me putting points into. So I'll be doing 25% bonus damage when I'm near max health. I'm obviously not running it now. But, you know, when my skill ceiling is a little bit higher. Or my skill floor, as it were. Whatever. That'll be huge. Boiling Blood. Deal bonus attack and special attack to foes with that in them. Or reduce their speed. That's probably the one that I want. Don't need that. Don't really need that. Dark Regeneration. Restore some of your health when you collect darkness. 30% of the amount collected per rank. So if I get 100 darkness, I get 30 health. An interesting idea, but I don't think I get enough darkness to warrant that. But I do get darkness at the end of every boss. So at the end of like the first boss I get 60, then 120, then 180. And 30% of 180 is it, it's not 30. Is it 60? It's about 60. A little less than that. But it would be 54. So that's not bad. And what I'm getting right now is 3 per room. So I would be getting more health from beating bosses. Well, so 54 is the last boss. And you get 1/3 of that, and then 2/3 of that, which is 54 is 6 times 9, so 6 times 6 is 36. And then 18. So you get 18, 36, and 54. That still sounds better than 3 per room, because there's only like, what is it, like 8 rooms? So you get less health in the beginning, but more health in the end. I think. But I also take chip damage for the most part. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to consider. Yeah, this is the other one. You deal bonus attack and special damage when striking undamaged foes, 15% per rank. And now I'll do 75% bonus damage to an undamaged foe. So this, in conjunction with this, for an archery build, is like so powerful. And I didn't even run that before when I was doing 1,000 damage. And this would do 75. I would be doing 100% bonus damage. So probably like, rather than being 2,000, it's probably going to be like, it could be 500 becomes 1,000 becomes 2,000 when I crit, but it might be closer to like 1,500 or 1,600. I think it depends on when the multiplier happens, but whatever. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to run that now. I am going to look at what weapon I have, and man, I still haven't heard from Toast, huh? He's very, very late at this point. How you feeling, Savage? You want to play Reach anyway?
What's going on, Skelly?
I stalled as much as I reasonably can. Nice, we finally get to use the gun. Skelly doesn't have anything to say to us. So, yeah, what are you thinking, Savage? How you doing? Sure. All right. So yeah, I don't know why he's a ghost. So yeah, we absolutely will. I'm gonna switch. Actually, I don't think it'll save this, but on the off chance that it does, we'll switch this. Okay. And that'll be this.